Hi guys, welcome to a new episode of the podcast from the Tevok Studios. And today's a little bit special for us because it's our first online podcast episode. And today we have Vivian with us, and Vivian is a remote intern working at the Tevok company. And she's going to be here to kind of like dive in and tell you how it is working online in a Korean company and how she kind of like is interested about the Korean culture in general and how she works from Portugal for Tebak. So, Vivian, would
Mm.
you want to introduce yourself for everyone?
Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. Sorry, I'm not seeing them. Okay, I'll do it again. Hello, everyone. I am Vivian. I'm here from Portugal, and I am an intern for DEBAC. My position is mostly digital marketing, content creation, social media, and a little bit of everything related to that.
Yay! So I'll start off with this. Are you a university student as well? Like, do you do this by side with uni?
No, I'm not studying. I am actually working. I already finished my studies, but I'm having this internship along with the other side jobs as well.
Ooh, interesting. Well, let me start off with this then. Like, why did you choose to like intern at a Korean company when like you're living in Portugal, right? So that's like might be very interesting to like find out why would you be doing such a thing?
So actually, my goal was actually to find a job in Korea, but I know that it's very hard to find one. So I decided to first settle some roots, like some background in this field, because I'm actually starting in the marketing, especially the digital one. So I started to look more for internships because it might help me to not only gain more experience, but also like Korean companies, or even without being Korean companies, but companies in general will look at it in a different way because at least I already have some kind of experience with this internship. So it's hard to go to Korea, of course, because of a lot of bureaucratical stuff. So yeah, that's why I decided to join it remotely. It's easier as well.
Was like Korea your only option or like for companies, or was it like whatever you got, or is it because you had some sort of interest for Korean culture that you
Yes, yeah, I was actually focusing on Korea. Why? Because I already lived in Korea before. I actually studied there. Yeah, there where you are.
Wait, I didn't know this.
No, you didn't.
Oh, so you were an
No,
exchange
yeah.
student here.
Yes,
Okay.
I lived and studied there. And when I was in Korea, I actually cried and felt depressed like 3 months before leaving because I didn't want to leave. Korea, it's my second home. I cannot call it first only because I have my friends and family here. Otherwise, I would call it my first home. Um, so yeah, but I really love Korea, and ever since I left, I knew that I really wanted to go there again one day and do something more serious than just studying. I wanted to actually find a job there and work there as a normal citizen, let's say it this way,
Yeah.
and just have my normal life there. That's why I decided to focus more on Korean companies, and I applied for this position.
Wait, that's so interesting. So, since you've lived in Korea before, you kind of know how like the Korean work ethic is and stuff, right? So
Yes.
like the hierarchy is very like big here and stuff, but then obviously startups are a bit more lenient, and that's very known about that. But how did how did you think about that? Like how were you like did you ever like were you not scared that like oh the company that you might have gotten like the internship at like what if they actually like had this like hierarchical standard or stuff like that? Like would you want to be working in like those tough environments?
So even nowadays, I don't know if I would adapt well or not to this kind of environment. but I was more in a go with the flow vibe. Let's see
Mm,
what happens. Let's see
yeah.
how it is.
Yeah.
And if it fits me, if it doesn't fit me, then I'll just, I don't know, find something else. Or maybe what I really wanted is not exactly what it's the best for me.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to try at least because if I don't try, I don't know if I will like it or not.
Right.
And the thing is, this kind of environment, we can actually find it everywhere. So Asia in general is known, China, Korea, Japan at least, it's known for this kind of working environment. But that doesn't mean that in other countries we don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
And in my previous jobs, I already had some really weird environments as well that I didn't like.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, if I manage to work in this environment, then I think the Korea environment is not that bad after all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we can actually find this everywhere, even here in my country or any other Western
Right.
countries. It really depends on the company. So this is an idea that we have about Korea, but other companies and other employees, employers, yeah, other employers have this kind of mindset as well.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, being in Korea for a while, I think I did hear a lot of like shocking stories, but I do think that the younger generation is definitely like taking a shift in that sense, right? So it's not as
And
strict
I,
as it used to be.
yes, and I'm glad that people are trying to change that mentality
Yeah.
because for our mental health as human beings and the
Mhm.
society standards is not good for us.
I agree.
So I'm really glad that the new generations are trying to change some things, at least for the best, for the
Yeah.
better.
Wait, going back to the point of you studying here, because I think that's very interesting. Like, what was your favorite like moments being here? Like, what's like one thing that you remember so much about Korea that you're like, I want to live that again, you know?
Oh, I remember everything. Literally, the whole time I was there, I loved it. Um, I I do have a little bit more vivid memories after the second semester. So like beginning of the year, literally January, February, and so on. Because I started the new semester and I met new colleagues, and I didn't know that I was going to meet a friend that would become like really close to me. So, thanks to this friend, my experience in Korea was a lot more funnier than before.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that I didn't like it before.
Yeah.
It's just that I don't know, it added a little like sparkle to the experience. So I have a lot, like so many memories, especially after this second semester. But yeah, I loved the whole time I was there. I loved it
Yeah.
ever since the beginning.
Yeah. What was like if you were to like list down your like top favorite like top three favorite Korean food, what would it be? It's a very hard question, I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's especially hard because so I'm just gonna say it in like generally speaking, and I'm going to explain why. Because I don't eat anything related to animal products, and I know that the Korean food almost everything has.
Hmm.
However, I'm just gonna say this in a plant-based perspective. I once went to a fully vegan restaurant in Korea
Hmm.
that served literally Korean traditional food, but of course plant-based.
Hmm.
And I really wanted to try jjajangmyeon.
Mm.
And because it has pork, I never tried it. But I found this restaurant. I went there and I loved jjajangmyeon so much. Like,
Oh.
oh my God, I loved. So
Yeah.
I can say maybe jjajangmyeon. I also like tteokbokki and I don't know, bibimbap,
Bibimbap.
kimbap. I don't know.
There's too
Yeah.
much. Jjajangmyeon is like obviously like considered to be a little bit more like Korean Chinese food.
Yes, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But tteokbokki and kimbap, bibimbap, honestly, they're all good. It's hard. I know I put you in such a hard situation.
Also dubujjigae as well.
Sundubuchi
I
is my
like
favorite.
I like spice. Yeah, I like spicy food actually.
Yeah. If you were to compare like the food, the flavors between like Korean food and Portuguese food, how'd you do it?
Uh, s- so here, I don't think we use spicy that much
Mm-hmm.
at all. I think as far as I remember right now, I don't think we have any spicy dish. In Korea, almost everything is spicy.
Yeah.
So it's a lot stronger. The flavor is a lot stronger. And they also, along with the spicy, they also add sugar. And we don't really add sugar in our like food. Unless it's a dessert, we don't add sugar.
True.
But Korea does. It's like sweet and spicy kind of thing. And
Right.
I really like it because it gives like an exotic flavor
Yeah.
to the food. And it's really nice.
Yeah. Do you think that was a big shock for you when you came to Korea? Because like how the bread here is like so sweet.
No.
It wasn't a shock for you?
No, because no, because I was actually very prepared before going to Korea,
Hmm.
and uh, I I knew that a lot of foods there are spicy. So I started to before going, I started to add a little bit more spicy to my own food to try to get used to it.
Mm-mm.
So once I went there, it didn't shock me that much. But it's like Korea surprised me, and at the same time, it didn't in many ways
Yeah.
because I already knew a lot of things about Korea because my major is Asian studies and I studied
Mm.
history, culture, language. So I knew a little bit of everything
Yeah.
about Korea. And I also went to Korean restaurants many times with my friends. I even tried to cook at home. Even nowadays, I still try to cook at home. Oh, I forgot to say, I really like yachaejeon as well.
Yeah. Tidon is
I remember I remember because just recently I tried to cook it. It was not the same.
Have you
But
tried kimchi don before?
sorry?
Did you ever try kimchi don?
Yes. I love kimchi so much. I swear.
I know. I came to Korea and I hated kimchi. But then
Really?
yeah, I hated it. And then the more I ate it, the more I was like, okay, like this is not bad. And then now I crave it. Like it's becoming bad. And I'm like, so when I go back home, what am I supposed to do? I don't know if I can
Yeah.
make kimchi.
I know. I never ever since I left Korea, I didn't eat kimchi anymore at all. So yeah, unless I go to a Korean restaurant, but
Yeah.
it's not the same.
Yeah.
I like kimchi. It's so funny because my Korean friends, they always say that I look more Korean than actual Koreans because
Oh,
because my taste and my love for the culture and the language is like I look more like not physically, but like
you're so
um my interest, yeah, my soul, my interests, everything is more Korean than actual
right.
Koreans.
Right. No, I think like that's like the fun part about it because it's like it's such a new experience for us, like for like with the flavors and everything. So once we get like adapted to it, like we go like deep in, right? So there are like some things that I crave now. Like I think I was like walking down the street once the other day and I was with my Korean friend and I think it was like makguksu, like a type of noodle dish, right? And then I was like I saw it as like a makguksu tip and then I was like holy I was like, makguksu sounds really good right now. And she looked at me and she was like, bro, what's wrong with you? Like she was like, what are you sure you're a foreigner? And I'm like, no, you just adapt to it, when you live here and stuff. I'm like, you start craving the
Exactly.
local things more.
Exactly. But actually it's very interesting because not everyone adapts well to this culture.
Hmm.
When I was there, I had a lot of friends. They didn't like the Korean food at all. So imagine them living in Korea without liking like single thing about Korean food. So they didn't like Korean food at all. And some aspects of the Korean culture, it was okay for them, but they didn't see themselves living there for too long. They
Hmm.
were already they already wanted to go back to their countries to live like a normal life. But for me, I'm like, I don't want to go back because for me, this is the right thing, not what I have back
Yeah.
home. So, like culturally speaking, so
Like,
yeah.
what if, like, imagine this, like, imagine like you were still in Korea now, right? And you'd be like, you're doing your
Wow.
internship also, right? You'd be like in the
Yeah.
office with us and all, right? How would you imagine that? Like, if you were to come to our office for like one day, what would you experience? Like,
I
what,
don't
what would you
know.
want to do?
You mean in Seoul or in
Like,
the office?
both. So like you'd be seeing us in for like for the first time, so it's probably gonna be hella awkward.
Yeah, it's so weird because it's really weird when you meet people online and you see them like in a remote setting, but then you see them in person. It's
Mm.
so different. But
Right.
honestly, I prefer to meet people in person. It
Mm-mm.
feels more um like a human thing
Mm-mm.
than with a screen.
Of course.
So yeah, so oh, for sure, I would definitely have to go out with you guys. We would have to go eat somewhere and drink somewhere.
And then we drag Howard, drag Howard, and we're like, Howard, come here.
Exactly.
No.
But yeah, I don't know. It's this is more like in the office.
Mm,
But like in Seoul in general, I don't know. There are so many places. Even in Seoul, there are so many places there where I haven't been yet.
mm,
So I don't know. I already have my favorite places to go.
mm.
So this kind uh like erases the other places, the new places that I haven't been because I'm so used to go to these ones, so I feel comfortable there, I go there.
Yeah.
And sometimes I forget that there are other places I could go.
Right. Right.
So that's why I would go to my favorite places, but for sure this time I would try other places, new ones as well.
Mm. Like if you were like to be working though, like obviously doing marketing and like, social media, like the role itself, it's very doable, obviously, from like a remote setting, right? But then doing the things like hands-on when you're in the office is also like different, right? How do you think you would have like handled that? Like what's one thing you really like want to do, but then you're like, oh, I'm like working online, I can't do it, or like something like that. It's like, have you ever had any of that?
Yes, actually, the experience is very different. Of course, it's doable in a remote setting, but I feel like personally, it's a lot better if you do things in person with a team because you are discussing with each other the ideas like face to face in real time. And this is one thing that we have against us. It's the time zone because it's so different.
Time
So, for
zone.
example, if I want to ask a question like, "Oh, do you like this one?" then I have to wait for my next day so I can read your own
Yeah.
responses. So time is not on our side when it comes to this. Um, that's why I actually prefer like in-person things. And like for example, I have an idea and I can just do it right now and show it to you right now. But
Right.
if I am a remote, like on the other side of the world, and I have to do it first, then I have to show it to you. I have to wait for you to see it, and then if you say yes or if you say no, then I have to go again back again and do it again. So I always try to do it fast
Hmm.
um, in order to still try to catch you while you're still awake, for example, or in decent times to reply.
Yeah.
So this is the thing that I just don't like it that much.
Mm.
But yeah, and it's different because we do have meetings, but it's like once a week we have the meetings. But if I go to the office, it's every day.
Right.
So it's like I am more on a daily basis. I know what's happening and not
Yeah.
just a weekly update, so it's
Right.
different.
It is very different, I think. That's why I was like, sometimes like in the meetings, I feel like I imagine myself if I was working online. I have to say it's like very different. Like in the office, like it's just like very random, right? Like if I'm in the middle of like editing something or something, I like look behind to like the design team and I'm like, hey, come look at this 1 second.
Yeah, do you like it or don't or
Do you
not?
like it? Do you not like it? We get each other's opinions, and it's like, oh, you're like working on something all of a sudden you're like, guys, like, so what's up today? Like, is everyone okay?
Exactly. And you can change it in real time, but like if you're doing it remotely, you
Yeah.
just do it everything first and then you show it. And then oh, you should change this part and then you go back and then you change almost everything.
Yeah.
Like in this
Yeah.
way. If it's in real time, you get in real time opinion, in real time
Yeah.
like changing things.
Yeah.
It's
But
different.
it's very different, but then like on the other hand, I think obviously like if you would share your opinion on this too, but I think it's like very nice that there is like an online, like a remote team and there is like an online
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
team because then we get like so many different ideas because the whole point is obviously spreading Korea to like foreigners and the audience, and it's always very interesting when you have like a part of Korea in the countries you're in. So, like, where I feel like it's kind of the opposite, right? So, in Portugal, for example, you'd be finding something Korean in Portugal. For us here, we're the foreigners here, so we are the representatives of our countries in Korea. So it's like it's very different and it's very interesting at the same time. I feel like during like the meetings, when we get like different ideas from all of these like um people from like the different countries and all, it's like it somehow works at the end of the day, no matter how hectic it may sound.
Yeah, exactly. Because at least if it's a remote internship, you are able to hire people from all over the world. But if it's only Korea in Korea, then it's hard to have this cultural diversity.
True, true. Yeah,
It's actually a lot better when you have people from different cultures with different perspectives. Because like sometimes when you have your own way of thinking, you're thinking like in a straight line, but
hmm,
when you have people with different mindsets and different perspectives, they will open your horizon to see like a bigger picture.
right.
So this is why I enjoy it so much to like talk to people with different
Yeah.
cultures, perspectives.
Would
It's
you
really
would
nice.
you say then that's like your favorite thing about working like in like Tebak, like from afar, or is there like anything else that you really like doing as a remote intern?
No, this is the thing that I really like the most is about the variety of people you meet and you work with. And this internship allows us to feel um, like culture in a different way.
Yeah,
Because if I am doing one thing, it's just like I said, if I'm doing something and I show it to you guys, it's like you can give me another perspective of how I can do something.
of course, yeah.
So I really like this environment of different people and different ideas and different eyes, let's say it.
Would you recommend it to people? Would you think that like doing an remote job and like a Korean company still gives you like a sense of Korea still? Would you recommend it?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. It's not the same thing, of course,
Hmm.
but you can still like feel at least a little bit of the Korean working environment and you can also feel like how it is actually to work with a Korean company.
Yeah,
So
for
yeah,
sure.
I definitely recommend it.
Well, if you have any like last minute words you want to like say or in any sort like about like your internship, about your life in general that you want to share with anyone?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I guess like working for Debak is reviving this feeling when I was in Korea. And
Mm,
this is something that I really like. So I'm not in Korea,
right.
like physically not in Korea, but at least I still feel connected to it. And this internship allows me to do that, allows me to still feel connected to Korea somehow, allows me to still be there somehow.
Mhm,
You know what I mean?
mhm.
So yeah, I'm really happy with the internship. And even though I would love to be, yeah, this is still nice.
Well, like, I guess thank you to Howard for giving the
Yeah,
opportunity to us.
exactly. Thank
But
you, Howard.
yeah, thank you, Howard. But um, so yeah, this has been like a wrap for this episode. And if you guys liked what you heard and stuff, just stay tuned and we will be giving you more episodes with more interns and more perspectives about Korea in general. And yeah, just follow and subscribe and like for more. Have a good day, guys. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. 감사합니다.